And I was wondering, how did you even get to the idea?
I started a record label a little over 4 years ago called Invisible DJ. And the concept of the record label was, how do you distribute what's left of distributing music in compact disc format in fashion retail environments? And I created this record shop inside of Fred Segal in Los Angeles, which is, for those who don't know, the it fashion store in Los Angeles, where you find and discover, new brands and what's next. And we created a record shop about the size of this room, carrying all of these different CDs. And it was the first time in the States a store like that sold music that was curated around a certain demographic and paired music with fashion items. So if you like these jeans, you have to buy this album. If you like this shirt, you have to buy this album. And basically what it was being able to take the brand Fred Segal home with you. So, you buy this shirt and you get to go home with you, and you get to put in this new CD in your car and drive back home. And you're taking a part of the experience of the store with you. And from there, we started curating compilations that were store branded, and then started doing compilations under the Invisible DJ brand that we later were approached by Sony.
I mean, basically you actually created the CDs that were compilations that you sold together with the fashion items.
Right, so we did that, and then we also carried Bauhaus and New Order and Copyright and different bands as well. So what I did is I built a little record shop inside of the store, and sold different artists' music from different record labels. Because so many record stores were closing, my idea was, how can I revive and help continue to sell music in retail environments, fashion retail environments that currently aren't selling music. So we started in Fred Segal, and then we took this little shop elsewhere. But aside from that, we also curated compilations in terms of finding new bands and making mixes that we sold. And all of a sudden, all of this fashion press started writing about how Invisible DJ became like this fashion label, this fashion record label. And we were then, big brands like Juicy Couture came to us, and we did a music compilation. They came to us with their Dirty English men's fragrance and said, what does this smell sound like to you? And we created a mix. And as we started working with more and more brands, more and more record shops continued to close in America. And these stores that we had once sold these CDs in no longer wanted our stations, because they wanted to replace the shelf space with items that were more accessible, like makeup and barrettes and things. So we said, how can we create a product that we can continue to sell in these retail environments at the same time is accessible to the consumer? So we created a music team, and the name originated from exactly what the product is, music t-shirt. And the first t-shirt we did was the compilation t-shirt, because naturally Invisible DJ made compilations. And once we announced what we did to the media, it became a frenzy. And all of these blogs and all of these news outlets started writing about this whole new way of distributing music. And you are right, it is a whole new way of of making technology accessible in a new format of distributing music. You know, this is a whole new way for people to buy and consume music in environments that didn't exist before.
I was wondering, do you actually see yourself more as a fashion label or more as a music label?
Well,
what comes first, fashion?
Well, music and fashion has always been, you know, so synonymous. You know, in terms of, you know, how bands look image-wise, or even the classic rock T-shirt. You know, which has always been a staple in everyone's wardrobe. You know, everyone. I mean, I'd like to think everyone owns a rock T-shirt, whether it be a Rolling Stones shirt from the 70s or a T-shirt, you know, from a band that you went to last week. But in terms of what we consider our brand, I think what's really unique is we sit right in between, because we are a merch company that is distributing music merchandise in high fashion retail. But at the same time, we're working with all these record labels who are trying to find a new way to distribute music in an era when everyone's just downloading singles. So how these record labels are going, how do you save the music industry? And we're going, well, maybe we have a solution. So we're not quite a merch company, we're not quite a record label, but we're this hybrid that is able to pollinize and create with both the merch companies and the music, you know, together. And I think we sit right in between.
I was wondering, because you were saying that high fashion, you mainly do T-shirts, right? So do you also do dresses and whole collections?
In terms of, I mean, I consider, when I'm using the word high fashion, I'm talking about in terms of like where our tees are positioned in retail stores, like Selfridges, like Barney's, like Saks, and Fred Segal stores, and stores like that. But you know, right now, you know, we are introducing new body styles that are going to be more fashion focused. In terms of like an oversized tee and like a longer tee, like almost like a dress tee. But we will never shy away from it not being a tee. You know, it will always be some sort of incorporation of a T-shirt. Because really, what the music tee is, it's bringing back what the rock tees used to be with new artists of today. And that is what our classic music tee is. That is, you know, on sale, you know, here. And then also to be more fashion conscious and to expand the brand naturally, we will be introducing different body styles that, for the first time, will be rock T-shirts that are fashion forward, which doesn't necessarily exist right now.